All right, here we are back at it. It's gonna make for one nasty Volvo. Oh, the wheel? Oh.
Just gotta put your purse down.
Shut up. That's the way to do it. 3,500. 6.0. Two-wheel drive, 4L80. Chevy Express. Who would have thought? Who would have thought a van? A not-so minivan. Let's get this thing out of here.
Oh.
Uh-oh. I ran into a couple of issues. It's okay. It's okay. I didn't hammer that enough. So I went on ahead, busted out the big boy. Sorry about your ears, headphone users. Then this only extended out to this scratch right here. So I had to drill a hole here in that one to extend it out just so much more. And so that's gonna help really stab it inside into it because it's a tight squeeze. It's a tight squeeze. So covered it up real quick. We got some other tools. We got a drill bit, yada, yada, yada. You know, we're making it happen. Got baby girl reading me some stories. Just trying to get this beast in. That's a whole lot. 2 hours later, it's finally in. The motor is back in. You can see the transmission kind of down there. Because I got that Giffen's motor mount and Giffen's cross member, and it's bad. Look at that thing. All right, so I thought it was even cooler. I did all that hammering to get all that out of the way. And there's so much room in here now, still with this motor, that I can get my hands on the back of the transmission. Huh. Pretty proud of myself. Okay, so I got most of it wrapped around. Neat. Anyways, there's my girl. Oh yeah. It's hot as sin out today. It's hotter than a spoon at Demi Lovato's house. That's terrible. That's terrible. I got all of this mounted up, nice and tight. Surprised I have all of these. What's up, everybody? I got a bunch of stuff done so far. I got my manifolds on. I welded up the V-bands. I got my MSD coils installed. went to get the radiator in. See it in there? See one? Right here. So, right here. Well, that doesn't work. Figure something else out. Maybe a push fan. Oh. Where's the Sawzall? I could make this fit. Easily. Just cut this off. Tilt it back a smidge. I don't really want to cut any of the original body. I don't know. Radiator, you stay there. I'll do it with you another day. But to fix these brake, come on. I had to just get over myself. I just put an LS in this. It's not going back to anything. I'm just gonna cut this. I took it all apart. I walked all the way to the back, got the other piece, and was like, wait a minute. I'm putting an LS in this. So I figured it out. A friend of mine, Volvo Tech Shane, I appreciate you for telling Get Low like Lenny this idea. Chop the fan a little up here and down in here a little, and flip the fan on the inside of the radiator shroud, the fan shroud. So instead of it being out here, it's on the inside. Thank you, Shane. Thank you, Shane, for sharing your amazing ideas. I definitely appreciate you. It's gonna be messy. right in the eyes. Right on. It's been a couple of days. It's been raining a lot. It's my birthday too the other day, so I took a break. But I got the fan in there this morning. Did a lot of cutting and modifying to make it fit. But hopefully it fits in the engine bay. That's the next step. I'm gonna screw this down, get the little screws in there, and then try it out. I made it fit. I don't know how much this is actually gonna move. Oh wait, hey, look at that. Oh yeah, look at that. I just made more clearance. That did add some more room. It's where the fan would attach to this. I think I'm good, eh? What do you all think? Think that's good? It's in there tight. I need a new rubber here. And so that'll hold it down better. But here it's tight. I think that'll work pretty good. Coming along. The fuel sensor, fuel level sending unit. So how it works is there's a little dial in here, the metal piece. So when the float says empty, it moves that way. But if it was full, the float would be full, and it would show that way. So on your gauge, it would be full or empty. Well, it never worked for me before. All I'm worried about is just fuel delivery to the motor. So off it goes. I got my fuel pump done. Got everything, all the wires ran pretty much. Here's my pump. Had to cut that off to make it fit. And I cut that off. Why? Well, because the Walbro 255 was so big, it wasn't fitting in that little hole. And I had to modify it. I'm gonna stick it in now and see how she goes. Okay, so got it in, but you hear that? It's hitting the bottom of the fuel tank. So I guess I have to shorten that somehow. I don't know. Be right back. All right, so I went, took a measurement with my ruler, and I found that the fuel tank is from the bottom here to the top of the tank, leaving just a little bit of space before the top. So I figured I have to cut it. So I cut it. It goes to right to the bottom of my thumb. You know, it's about that thick, right? So the way I had the fuel pump set up, right here, it went all the way up to here. I cut the pickup tube right there. Sorry about the wire. And that's really my return line. So I'm not worried about that still because that's gonna get plugged. but the hose will clamp up here. There's the pump with a longer tube. Now that sock is in the way. Oh, man. Now back up. That sock, the filter, the pump sock, is hitting down in there. Okay, so there it is together. I shortened it. You can see the pump doesn't hang lower than the return line, and it's all wired up. There's my ground, there's my tight clamp, there's my other tight clamp. Give them the clamps. All right, let's go put it in the car now. All right, so now I have faith this is going to work. Voila! Yes! Sick. Score! And that, my friends. And it's hooked up. Hose ran. Just gotta get it all the way, the rest of the way up front, which it's there. And it's there, so I'll put a fuel filter in place right here. Where that filter is, I'm gonna shorten the hose, shorten the new hose and the old hose, and then connect it. And then it'll be up front, everything up front. I need to make this look prettier in here. Oh, sick! I thought I lost this. I thought I left that in a car at work. I just left it in a car at home. Sweet. I wonder what other tools I've left in here. That screwdriver belongs at home. But yeah, put all this back together, and I'm getting there. If any of my BMX buddies are watching any of this, they'll know what I'm talking about. We used to strip the paint off of our, $300-400 bikes right down to the metal, so you could enjoy and see the welds on it, because they always had some really awesome welds, and the coloring of the welds on the metal was super cool. So I just appreciated it. I'm kind of just going to carry that over into this life of this car, a raw car. I love it. Spray some clear coat on there. We'll let that dry now. So I was really anxious about getting the V for the Volvo on here. I don't know why. I was really excited about it. So I made like brackets, kind of. I don't know. Just tried a couple of things. I welded some screws on. Did some terrible welds. It was windy, what can I say? Oops. And found these pieces of metal with holes already in them, so I saved myself from drilling and just cut them off. And I think it looks freaking dope. I can remove it and move it around if I like. I think it looks really good right there. I don't know. I'm not settled yet. Not settled. But anyways, moving on. It's all right. Ran out of sunlight, ran out of energy. So I was really curious to see what it looked like on the ground. So I lowered it down. Took it off the jack stands. It'll go back up for a couple more things, but it's all right. I needed that to motivate me. I felt a little behind, kind of confused and lost. Like I forgot where I was at. It's like a Volvo junkyard around here. Motors, transmissions, differentials, front ends, heater boxes. All right, friends. I just want to show you how my shifter works, because I haven't done that yet. I thought I would. So right now it's in park. That's reverse. There's neutral. The neutral. Drive. 3, 2. Oh, that's 1. All right, so then it's cool because I could be like all the way through the gears. Done to park. I just picked up another Volvo. It's a 940, but it's a 93 940. It's got a squirter block. It's turboed. It's gonna be sick. I'm also about to grab another 242 here in a moment.
Ready?
Yeah. Hey everybody. I am checking out how the wiring harness looks in here. I'm gonna shorten wires, make it look prettier, because I got it out of a van. And you can see that's a lot of harness. It's a lot more than I expected to see. But anyways, I got a lot of shrink connectors and solder, and I'm gonna bring it down and make it look all nice and pretty and tape it up. But I just want to know where everything runs to in the engine bay. Right. So I'm squeezing it all through. Anyways, I'll post a picture here when I'm done. So I'm fixing the harness some more. We'll start here. This is my mass airflow sensor again. I'll make that a little smaller, shorter once I finally get the cold air intake and all that hooked up. I decided to run the fuse block and everything back over here. So I tucked it under the strut tower. I went all the way around next to the firewall, going into my computer. I have it all taped just for right now, so it can run behind the motor and to the driver's side, or passenger side, excuse me, and all the way to the driver's side, and to the alternator, and to the throttle body. And here's everything else. These wires will go behind the motor to the map sensor, the cam sensor, and the knock sensor. Got my grounds. This huge wire loom will go down to the transmission, but I don't want to stick it down yet because I want to make a loom, make it look really nice. But yeah, there it is. I've got quite a mess here on my hands. It's alright, I kind of have everything labeled and know where it goes. Like I just made my coolant temp sensor longer and labeled. It stopped about here, but I heat shrinked and soldered some wires in so you can see that it goes all the way back. It's gonna wrap around the motor pretty much. I really want to try and keep the wires tucked as best as I can. That might be a little hard, but I'm gonna do my best to make it happen. Try and hide everything back here. Have everything go back here and then over here to the alternator and throttle position sensor, and then back nicely to the transmission. I'm thinking maybe I might put my fuse box up here, but at the same time, I'm thinking I'd rather run my fuse box into the car. That way there's nothing, and my computer, that way there's nothing wet getting to it, potentially causing it harm. All right, so I decided to keep going. I got some of the loom on from the computer, pulled it out of the hole. From the computer is loomed up and nice. Hey everyone, so I got a bunch more done. I got all my coolant lines ran. I gotta figure out more to do with this cold air intake issue, but I'll deal with it. Yeah, so there's the coolant pipes, the lower and the upper. I have my starter wires all the way ran. I got my crank wires ran, and a 2 wire down there. I got my fuel pump and my fan wire power hooked up here. Fuses and relays, some more fuses and relays. Grounds, you know, the good stuff. I finished it. So this will go inside the car. Now the next step, take all of that, connect it to that. Sweet. All right, got the spark plugs in on this side. I mean, really this passenger side is getting close to done. Everything over here is very near, I think. We'll only find out soon when I try to start it up this weekend. I was hoping to try and start it up tomorrow, but I don't think that's gonna happen, and that's okay. I'm working on taping up the back wires. Sorry, it's kind of late, I'm tired. Back wires, taping that, putting this insulation tape onto it, you know, because it's shiny. But I'm taping that up to keep the wires from melting, trying to at least keep them from melting. All right, so check it out. Driver's side complete. Steering column all the way attached. Tape taped up, insulated. Ooh. This is looking really good. Finally working more on the inside of the car. So I got the fuel pump wire ran. Goes all the way back there. If I had more light in the back, I'd show you. Anyways, I took out the cluster. I'm gonna keep that forever, but I'm not gonna use it. I got some other gauges. I was trying to think of something to do for cluster fill-in space. So I'm gonna use a license plate. I have a bunch of options, a bunch of different states plates. I figured I'll just go with New Mexico because I like how it matches my hood. I just opened my HP tuners, MPVI 2. So this is my tuner. Pretty crazy. All it does is it plugs into the OBD port down here, that, you know, that spot you can't see, the thing. And then the wire plugs in here to the port, to the connection, and then into my computer that's slowly loading up. Cool. So it looks like it's reading the computer right now, which is good. It's got 13 minutes, 12 minutes. Anyways, let's, yeah. Pray this all works good. And then I still have to delete VATS and then flash it back to the computer. When system pops up, I then do general and then VATS control. Just click none like I have. And then when I'm done with that, click out of it and then go to write. And then, so I already went through all of this process. Then I had to click use high speed, and then I clicked write, and it went through everything and it rewrote it. I need to get some new fittings for my transmission cooler so that the lines I can connect to them there, and then I'm gonna run them back somehow and keep them from getting melted by the exhaust. All right, so I got the pressure cooling system pressured up, and it's kind of holding pretty good right now. You can see the hoses are all sucked flat because it sucks all the air out of the system. And then I'll put coolant in a bucket with some water and attach that down here and suck it into the system. And so the thing is if this doesn't drop in pressure at all and this holds, that means that my system is good and I don't have any cooling leaks. So that should be good. Here we got a nice orange coolant going in. Cooling system is done. Need to put my thermostat, my gauge on. The chingaderas for the gauges. And that will be completely complete. But I'm going to say it's complete. It's always super pleasing to me when I put coolant in something and I come back to it later on and there's no coolant on the ground. I appreciate that type of stuff. I'm gonna hook the starter up to these wires and continue on with that. Key in the ignition, turns on the fuel pumps and my fuse block. So listen. And then this, I'm gonna turn it off. Then this switch here turns on my injectors. And obviously this one's gonna be my go juice for start. Vroom, vroom, vroom. This is gonna be all my power. Main power. And main power for shutting everything off.
I did it.
I figured out how to keep myself warm in the car.
Just get the heat gun out.
Set it to like 700 degrees on a nice 26-degree day, night. It's not too bad, feels really good. What up, everybody? It's 11 at night, pitch black in the life, you know. I shouldn't be out working this late. Anyways, I did some things, did some more wiring things, and bought a trigger. So, watch. It cranks. It cranks. That's very good. That's very good. The 940 back there. If anybody needs parts for a 940, let me know. But I have just some more things to do to this cooling system, just to my hoses.
So, we're going to use a 3-inch tube right here with this tube. And we are going to,
What is it making room for here?
what is it again?
It's making room for the tensioner.
It's making room for the intentioner.
Mm-hmm, for the belt tensioner.
For the belt intentioner.
Yep. And now we have clearance.
Now we have clearance.
That's right. See, the 4-inch was so big that it would hit the tensioner right here, like I showed the other day. And so I got this 4-inch to 3-inch. So see how this is 4 inches here and it's 4 inches here too? So it drops it down from 4 inches on this side to 3 inches on this side on the new one.
Okay.
So here's a little something that I think everybody will appreciate. This is the first time this Volvo has had gas in it in like 4 years. Okay, right now I'm gonna reach down and give some activation to everything. I want to make sure everything's all pumped up, good to go. So watch, listen, tell me what you think. Kind of sounds healthy. I think it sounds good. It's missing something though. I don't think it's getting spark. And I also don't think that the injectors are kicking on because I smell no gas. I think I'd smell gas at this point. The stock fuel rail, I don't even need this because it's got the stock regulator, and I should just run the line from here to the inline to the tank and let it run from there. Fuse, we are armed. Okay. Dangerous. Okay. Plugged in. Now, how do we tell if there's a power at the injector coils, or because these are all powered up? Those
now
are
we're just
up?
assuming because we have all power to fuses, the direct line to there. So
Okay.
fire in the hole.
Woohoo!
What is this?
Power steering.
Oh,
All over the.
all over.
All right, let's try it
Oh,
again.
go get your parents.
Yes. Woo!
1, 2, 3. That's my car running.
All right, here we go. The way. Boom, 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 boom! That's what's gonna be doing soon. I'm so excited.